Okay, we have a quorum on, so I started recording the meeting. I'll turn it over to the chairperson and I'll see if I can everyone see the agenda?
I can.
Yeah,
Okay,
And I got a message, Aaron might not make it tonight.
I'm here.
Oh, you are here? Get your phone fixed.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Phone wasn't
Yeah.
broke during the transplant project, was it?
No. It happened Sunday. I was at my in-laws and fell out of my pocket, and my father-in-law has a black top, and the back of my phone's black.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
and I think Sandy didn't say that she couldn't make it tonight, I believe.
Yeah, Sandy cannot make it. Is Rob on?
What?
Yep, Rob,
I'm here.
everyone else is here. And then
But
Don
Sandy-
Rotella is also here.
Okay. Then if everyone is here, I think we can,
Oh, I found a new button. I can zoom this baby in.
there we Zoom the Zoom. Then I think we can call this meeting to order. Julie, you're gonna be taking notes for Sandy today. Appreciate that.
Not as well as she does. Okay. I
You wanna
can
go
do
ahead with roll call?
Sure.
Okay,
Okay. So DeVito is absent. Gunnett,
Here.
Holmes,
here,
Kissinger,
Here.
me, Peterson,
here.
and Prosser Fields.
Here.
Okay. Don is not a voting member. He's just participating. Okay.
okay. With that, I think we need to do an approval of the agenda. Do we approve the agenda as it's presented? And I think we need a roll call, or do we need a motion on that
So moved.
in a second?
We'll just
second.
need, if I can, because of the executive order, just so we just need to state your name, and I believe it was Rob Peterson who made the motion, and it was seconded by Chad Kissinger, I believe.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
And then all the votes will be roll call votes.
Okay,
Okay, so DeVito's absent. Gunnett,
Here.
Holmes,
yes,
Kissinger,
Yes.
myself, Peterson,
Aye.
okay,
Aye.
and Prosser Fields.
Yes.
Good.
all right, sorry about that. I have a little dog barking at my feet right now.
There's a couple things, and as we go, just to be clear on what the vote recorded, I believe everyone was a yes vote or an aye vote, but Julie, you're gonna have to say what you actually vote on these issues. And Aaron, just so you're clear, it's a vote on the approval of the agenda. Your answer was here, but which is,
Okay, I see what you're saying. Do you want me to do that again?
just for the record, if Aaron votes in the affirmative, the aye, or a yes, or contrary, a nay, a no on the approval of the agenda, and then Julie as well.
Okay, so the vote for Gunnett regarding approval of the agenda is a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, and for Merrill, that's a yes?
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay, and then we need to vote on the approval of the meeting minutes. I emailed those out. I apologize for the lateness in getting those out. I think I emailed those about an hour or two ago. So we need to do a roll call vote to approve the meeting minutes from August 24th.
This is Chad Kissinger. I vote to approve the meeting minutes from August 24th, 2020.
And Wendy Fields, second.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the minutes of August 24th, 2020. And motion by Chad, supported by Fields. So let's do a roll call. And DeVito is absent. So we have Gunnett,
Aye.
yes. Holmes,
Yeah.
Yes,
Kissinger,
Yes.
myself, yes. Peterson
Yes.
and Prosser Fields.
Yes.
So,
okay. So those are approved. Moving along to the downtown transplant project update. Well, I think it looks pretty good, folks. I believe we had about 12 volunteers show up. Did some backbreaking work. Dustin, Mr. Mallory, Dustin was a great asset to the project. Kept us going quickly.
Mhm.
Thank goodness for the rain today. Wendy, do you want to give maybe a summary? And Rob, Wendy was in charge of getting the plants in the ground, and Rob and Julie were in charge of getting them out of the ground. So I'm going to turn it over to you three.
So everything really looks great. I've been down there actually a couple times today because just a heads up, it was only like 1/3 of an inch of rain, and we need more water. So there may need to be a bucket brigade or something from the creek to some of those plants because it's not very wet. But everything does look a lot better with the rain. I think we took everything that we had planned on taking, put it in there. To Chad Skippers and all of those guys, we never, ever could have done that if you guys wouldn't have gone down there ahead of time and tilled all of that up. It made it go so much smoother. I think there were some people that also picked up a bunch of the plants we had left. I did not get an opportunity today to go downtown and see if there was anything left, but I'll try and do that later. Other than that, I think it truly was a big success.
Rob or Julie, as the owners of the plant removal, do you have any comments?
I was real pleased too with the prep work that the village crew did. And then it just made it so much easier to load things up on tarps and have Dustin come by with the trailer and pick it up and haul it. So we didn't have to ruin our vehicles personally. So I was real happy for that. And you guys are really good work partners. It went really well. I was real happy.
And I'll reiterate that the prep work was excellent. And if you want to know how much we saved and the impact we have, just walk down there and figure anywhere from $10 to $15 for the flowers and $50 for the bushes, and you'll see pretty quickly that the impact that we have down there with the flowers and the bushes will be significant, and the cost was minimal.
Great. No, let's just keep praying for a little bit of rain, or I don't know, Mr. Mallory, if the fire department has to do any kind of drills. Could they do the drills in that hill at Clark Park?
Well, it certainly can ask if it gets dried. I think we're just coming up on an inch of rain from what the golf course tells me. So hopefully we can get some later in the week.
Well, it looks nice, and we did a little bit of cleanup on the speedway side of the fence as well. which desperately needed it. So it just makes that area look much better. And
Oh,
DPW,
one
I
other-
mean, they cleaned up a lot of the, like low hanging bushes and some of these suckers coming off trees, and just really opened up the whole area. And my thought is the more open and visual it is, hopefully that will deter vandalism and littering and that sort of nefarious activities in that park. So,
One more comment. I noticed I went down there later that evening. I took my husband down there and showed him everything we had done. And while I was standing there, 3 kids came from Speedway and they walked right down the path we had laid out and right over past the picnic table, just like we planned. So it was really nice to see that.
oh yeah, Mr. Mallory, I had talked to Randy Skippers Friday morning, and he said he thought they did have some kind of gravel or crushed rock that they could put in the area that we designated as the path, laying around. I don't know if he realized how big that area is, but maybe we could get some of that put down before winter.
Yeah, we'll, and if we don't have it, we'll go ahead and have either Prudential or one of our other vendors we have a relationship with, get it to put down.
And I think we're ready for the black mulch as well.
Yeah, that's harder to find it, but we'll be on that. One thing this week, we have a limited crew all week. So, and Chad's on the call, let him speak, but I know we had a couple trees fall on the trail. So I can definitely put our word on, it's on the list and it'll be done. It's, if not this week, hopefully next week we'll complete that.
Right.
We do have some black mulch at the shop still. We have a little bit left.
It won't cover that big plant area in Clark Park though, will it?
It'd be close. I think we got a loader bucket full still.
All right, well, it sounds like Chad just volunteered to have the black mulch there this week.
I voluntold myself.
I don't think we have any more volunteers. I think everyone's backs are about had it for a couple more days. Sorry, Chad.
I
No
do have a
big deal.
question.
Yeah, Rob, go ahead.
In our planning, we talked about maybe moving the grasses later in November, but we don't really have a location for that. Is there any thought to whether we're going to try and save those?
I think we had talked about putting those in different areas at Sunset Park, like around the pavilion, especially because it was just painted. That will stop having to weed whack close to the new paint job on the corners. And then Wendy, did we talk about also near the parking areas?
I think, oh, yeah, the new parking area by the post office. We had talked about putting some of that taller grass in there. There is a big open space on the west side of that parking lot.
So yeah, Rob, we definitely can reconvene and figure out where and what to do with those grasses. Okay. All right, any final thoughts for phase 1 of the transplant project? Okay. Let's move on to the park ownership discussion that we had. I did hear from Julie, Chad, and Rob. Chad was interested in Clark and Sunset. Rob was interested in Sunset. Julie was interested in Clark and Oswald. So I don't think we need to make decisions on it. We still have Veterans Park and the recreation and trail area, which maybe the rec area and trail should be separated into 2 different, like, quote, owners, because those are very large areas. So moving forward, if maybe we think about from now until we meet again what would the ownership be, what responsibilities, how we would present ideas for the parks, and maybe it's something we bring into 2021 moving forward, how we manage that sort of ownership project. So if you have any ideas between now and next year, if we can maybe start compiling those and determining how that's going to work and what our responsibilities are. Any other thoughts about this ownership idea?
Jenny, you can put me down on the trail in the rec area. We ride our bikes out there a lot.
Okay. Mr. Mallory or Mr. Lee, what is the thought process of moving forward with making decision on Veterans Park?
Well, we, it's just at a discussion point. We have at a very high altitude looked at other property that the village does own to develop it into a park. We actually have 2 of those locations, more on about a 5-year timeline. I think staff at least feels veterans recognition and recognition of individuals from Vicksburg probably deserve something more than what we currently call Veterans Park. So I'll pause there and turn it over to Alex if he has thoughts. We're nowhere close to having a game plan or anything on it.
Yeah, through discussions, it's pretty clear that that little space does not accommodate an aging veteran population for events. But as Jim said, we've had a number of discussion and ideas. I don't think we're anywhere near ready to present anything to the council at this time. So, we'll continue to work on it.
So my thought is, even though it's on hold, we don't know what direction it's going to, it would be great if we had a champion of that could be involved in the discussions and the communication and making it a worthy place to remember our veterans and honor them. All right. Is this going to be the shortest meeting ever? Public comments. Mr. Wartala?
I just unmuted. Thank you for allowing me to sit in on this, and it's good to see some of you folks. And I really believe that Parks and Recreation is in excellent hands. So thank you very much, Jenny, and thanks Jim and Alex and the other folks on the committee. Thank you.
Hey. Moving along, member comments. Why don't we start with Julie so she can write after she has her comments.
I was just glad to see that the plants were harvested and recycled and repurposed. So it's just money saved for everybody. And it was a good physical workout. So I was happy to get that done. That's it.
Wendy?
I'm going to second what Julie said. It was a great workout. And I look forward to other projects like that, because I think that what we did on Saturday, it's hard to tell right now because of the time of year, but come spring and next summer, that's going to be a huge impact in that area.
Rob?
So I'd like to say it was a great workout because I was trying to keep up with Aaron. We were going around with some high school athlete digging up the bushes. So I also want to let everyone know that I sent in a short article with a couple of photos of the work to the South County News. It's a tight issue with elections and back to school, but I'm rather hoping that this will get their attention and we'll get a little notice so people know what happened.
Thank you for submitting that. Aaron,
Yes, I really enjoyed working. It was a lot of fun. I would also like to volunteer for the Veterans Park thing.
great.
If that ever takes off at any point, that would be something I'd be very interested in. And I'm just really excited to see what downtown's going to be like in the future.
Thank you. Chad?
So, sorry I wasn't able to make it on Saturday. We ended up being out of town. I did have a question for Wendy. Wendy, how much water do those plants need if I went over there like a couple times this week?
Well, truly, I think my biggest concern is the bushes on the hill. Because when I was over there a couple hours ago, there were still dry patches underneath them. So just a good soaking to get that dirt settled in, I think would be great. As far as the rest of the flowers, those were more shallow. So I don't think we'll have to worry too much about those. But I was going to head over there with a 5-gallon bucket and just truly take a couple buckets and carefully pour them into around the roots.
Okay, I'll try and do that this week.
Great, thank you. I guess the only thing I have to say is I'm just going to echo what Sandy said on Saturday. It was so nice to see your faces, your real live faces. Even though once we had our initial meeting, we all kind of went our own ways, but it was just nice to meet in person again and see each other. So, and I just thank you all so much for the hard work that you put in Saturday and your willingness to volunteer and I guess get down and dirty to really make some visible improvements. So I appreciate that.
I thought it was an excellent effort and result, so we all appreciated it too.
Well, next meeting isn't really September 26th.
Yeah, it's October.
October 26th via Zoom. Jim, any idea about when we would be able to potentially meet in person again?
The council has made a decision that it'll be all electronic through the end of the year, which is allowed through by the executive order of the governor. So the first one in person, if the Parks and Rec chooses to, would be the month of January.
Okay. Okay. Is that it then? Okay, I guess we're in adjournment and we will see your faces October 26th.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right,
Yeah, nice job, everyone.
thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah,
Jim,
yeah.
is it possible to get somebody to truly come over there and water those like maybe a fire truck? Because there's probably 150 plants that got transplanted.
I'm not sure about a fire truck. I can ask, but we'll
Might
do
be
our
too much
best.
pressure, but
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I don't know South County's rules as it relates to that. If it was the city of Kalamazoo, probably wouldn't, because our tanks all have tank saver in them, fire apparatus, but we'll certainly ask. And we'll somehow, whether we're shoveling 5-gallon buckets to try to get some water on these bushes.
yeah, it's quite a hike to get to the pond. Probably like 300
Yeah.
round trip. So
Uh-oh,
5-gallon bucket,
yeah.
kind of hard. Okay,
No, we'll do
Thanks.
our best and hopefully we get some help from Mother Nature.
okay. Bye now.
Thank you.
All right, let me see here.